Welcome back to Lecture 2 for Module 5, Introduction to Community Health. In Part 1, we had left off with summary of the key findings of the Community Health Status Assessment for Tacoma-Pierce County 2013. So moving along, so they were looking first at community strengths and assets. This is an important paradigm shift because often public health or community health work is looking at the needs or deficits of a community, which can be a sort of, it can paint communities in a sort of needy or low resilience picture instead of focusing on things that they're doing well or strengths that they have as a community and moving from there. So first they looked at community strengths and assets. And the ones in Tacoma-Pierce County were coalitions and collaborations, higher education network, that's us, open minds to complementary care, access to local food and farmers markets, a big volunteer base in Pierce County, faith communities, healthcare systems, natural assets, arts and humanities, clean air, physical and outdoor opportunities that include trails and parks, social service programs that welcome people to the community, available and number of programs that address health, nutrition, and social issues, well-funded public library system, and community centers for socializing, meals, classes, resources, and English as a second language ESL class. So I put this demographic table on the side. If you go through your report, there's several demographic tables. I didn't include them all here, but you'll see that they include population, age distribution, race, ethnicity, educational attainment, income, unemployment. It's a pretty thorough demographic profile in about 3 or 4 tables. So make sure to look through all of them. If we just go through it quickly, we see that the largest number of residents are in the 25 to 44 age bracket. Large estimated military population or veteran. We have the total population is about 700,000 or almost 800,000. And they put this in a separate category, Hispanic Latino. As we can see, there's predominantly white residents. That's the largest portion, 74.2%. The next largest category is African American, Black, and multi-race. So after that would be Asian, then we have other, then we have Hawaiian and American Indian as our smallest populations. So resident concerns regarding education. There's concerns as found out through the focus groups and workshops and the surveys that there's an inequitable access to education, inadequate job skills and lack of job skills training, inadequate support for schools and education, the need for affordable college education, lack of health education and recreation programs in schools. So while we have a great capacity for recreation and outdoor activities in this area because of our natural environment, it's still lacking in terms of education and in schooling. So we have concerns about poverty, unemployment, so inequitable economic opportunities, not having health insurance as a barrier to getting ahead, lack of transportation, healthcare, and access to healthy foods, lack of employment opportunities in Pierce County, especially for young adults. Focus group participants identified homelessness as an issue of concern, including homelessness for pregnant women, students, and children. So other residents' concerns were, a big one was social isolation and health. So not being part of the community or not knowing neighbors was a concern. Not having family close by when sick or in need of childcare, help, etc. Language barriers. Lack of transportation, which can lead to geographical segregation. Many community and family activities are unaffordable to young families or low-income families. Inequities, political, racial, economic power, taxation, perceived lack of power. Transient population due to the military base. So other concerns about social isolation and health were just cultural and religious beliefs are sometimes cause isolation, social integration barriers or issues, sexism, racism, and xenophobia, fear or resistance to change by our communities, lack of places to socialize, especially for young adults, that I can imagine are safe and healthy and conducive to good health. Division of communities by visions, ideas, and goals. Racial discrimination. Lack of education and knowledge about the LGBTQ community and their issues. And cultural disrespect. So let's talk about crime and violence now. So as we can see on this map, Pierce County has a higher violent crime rate than Washington State. That's not on this map, but what we can see on this map is the areas of higher crime. So violent crime rate per 1,000, and this was taken from police report data, as far as I know. The dark brown, which includes Tacoma, Lakewood, and Fife, are the higher crime areas. And the rest of Pierce County is sort of a lower crime area. There was no data, I believe, for JBLM, is what I can sort of gather from this map. And as you see, there's a big disparity or difference in different parts of Pierce County. The cities of Lakewood and Tacoma had the highest rate of violent crime, 9.3 and 9.0 per 1,000 residents. So that's the crime and violence. Resident concerns are threats of violence and violence itself. Gun deaths and gun violence is a concern. Overall personal safety relating to crime and violence is also an issue. Youth violence and gang activity. The need for safe schools free of violence, threats of violence, and bullying. Violence was a particular concern among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer focus group members. So, other concerns regarding violence and child abuse. So, domestic violence was selected by 17% of survey respondents as the main health issue impacting our community. 15% of survey respondents selected child abuse and neglect as, oh sorry, that's not a new point, but as the main health issue impacting the community. 5% of survey respondents selected rape and sexual assault as the main health issue impacting our community. Sex trafficking came up as a concern among LGBTQ focus group members, and across almost all income levels and races listed on the survey, child abuse and neglect was a top health concern. So, health status and chronic disease. So we had many pages devoted in our community health status assessment of Pierce County for these chronic diseases because it's one of our top causes in this area of mortality. So life expectancy was there, years of healthy life, self-reported health status, diabetes, cancer incidence, youth asthma, and adult asthma was there, cardiovascular disease, mental health. And so in red, I put the conditions that were higher in Pierce County than in Washington State. So resident concerns about chronic disease, a need for better preventive care and prevention services, such as breast cancer screening, the lack of knowledge and education about chronic health issues, a need for easy access to prevention services and care for chronic conditions and diseases, a need for increased focus on diabetes care, the need to have more health information or education or health literacy, as it's called, connecting to lifestyles and behavior health issues, teaching people how to use health insurance, encouraging self-care, focusing on non-English speaking community members. And these were all key concerns for chronic disease. Other concerns for mental health. So transportation was identified as a barrier to accessing mental health services, lack of adequate mental health services for uninsured and underinsured residents, shortage of trained providers sensitive to subpopulations such as LGBTQ and others, the need for better coordination among providers and networks. So we've been talking about this in our other course, Advocacy, navigating the complex systems, insurance and healthcare in order to get to the mental health services that patients need, and military personnel and families reporting a lack of support in finding and providing resources. So both for chronic disease and mental health, there's a lot of different tables and information in the report. So I encourage you to look at all of them and read through it carefully, just to have an idea of how this community health assessment is presented and laid out. So mental health, some more concerns were communities within the county do not have any mental health services or do not have specialized services that are needed. Where you see disparities, this was a concern. Education and acceptance about mental health, prevention focus regarding mental health issues in the healthcare system, homelessness and unemployment as in the context of mental health is sort of a neglected issue in Pierce County. Uninsured people, especially young adults, are not able to access mental health care. Co-occurring issues such as mental health and substance abuse or mental health and other health conditions that lead to chronic disease are also an issue. Isolation, as we saw in previous slides, also relates very much to mental health. Negative perceptions and attitudes towards mental illness is a major barrier to asking for help, getting care, finding a provider, things like that. So moving on from mental health, birth outcomes from 2007 through 2011 and the resident concerns. So looking at this section, it's very consistent with when we watched the unnatural causes clip. I believe that was in week 4, about the reason behind poor birth outcomes in African American and Black communities. So we have teen births, low birth weight, which we saw in this report that the rate was almost double for African American or Black residents in Pierce County, as was infant mortality. So teen pregnancy, the resident concerns were that teen pregnancy was a top health concern, especially for Black and Hispanic survey takers. The need for quality prenatal care for all expecting mothers was brought up in the focus group of health providers for the Black Infant Health Program and in the worksheets filled out at community workshops. So I'll leave you here, and if you haven't read the full community health status assessment yet, please go through it, and we'll see you again for part 3 of this lecture. See you then.